And so it is a very good afternoon from me. Now, before I go any further, I've got to say, that as walks go, it's hard to top the start of this one. The views, I'm sure you'd agree, just absolutely amazing. It's not my first time here, but it's still blown me away. And actually just see a couple of people up near the top coming down. You can actually follow a path. It's really steep, but you can follow that up beside the falls. But yeah, I've done that route before, so I'm going to take a different route today. Try and get right up to the top, to the highest point in the Howgills, and then drop down for a wild camp tonight, hopefully. Fingers crossed, it all goes according to plan. I've got about 2 hours of daylight left, so let's crack on. I'll catch up with you in a bit. So I'm about 25 minutes further on from when I first spoke to you. And I'll tell you what, it has been hard work. It's all been uphill. I'm now in a little spot called Bowderdale. Well, actually, it might be Bowderdale. If you're watching this and you're a local and you know which one it is, please feel free to drop a comment below. Point me in the right direction. But yeah, I will say, I am well used to hiking and sort of scaling mountains. But this is the hardest it's been for a long, long time. And yeah, the reason for it is because, well, long story short, I caught Lyme's disease just over a month ago when I was up in Scotland. And I've been on antibiotics for the last sort of 2-3 weeks or so. It's been really nasty. To begin with, I thought it was COVID. But yeah, never tested positive. And yeah, all the signs, I was bitten. I took all the precautions I could when I was up there. But yeah, I was eaten alive. And yeah, I just feel really weak. Just really tired. So, but I'm not going to complain too much, I'm still out enjoying this. And I'm just taking it easy. Not going to go mad today. Right, let's show you what I can see. It's an amazing view. What a sausage. My inability to get anywhere on time means, yeah, plans have changed. But I'm not going to grumble. Yes, I'm not on the top of the calf, enjoying the amazing views. I mean, look at the conditions up there now. We're in the golden hour. It's like literally about 25 minutes until sunset. So I've not got those views, but there's still something to be said for being in these beautiful little dales. If I just spin it round, look at that behind. It is beautiful. I absolutely love the Howgills. They've just got like a unique feeling to them that I've not really found anywhere else. Hard to explain, but if you've been here, you probably know what I mean. But yeah, the reason for sticking low actually is because, yeah, about 300 metres away, if I can spot it off in the distance, there are a couple of sheepfolds on the map. And I plan to either camp in it or behind it, just because, yeah, the weather forecast tonight, it looks lovely now, but yeah, the wind's really meant to pick up. It's meant to be a bit of rain. And yeah, the wind gusts are supposed to be about 45 miles an hour on the tops. So even down here, it's still going to be windy. So it's going to be wild, but yeah, hopefully not too bad down there. But it could still be an event for leaving. You never know. But this is what it's about, isn't it? Living life on the edge. I'll catch up with you when I get down there. Well, it's about 10 minutes until sunset, and I've got a little bit of a predicament. You can see the light fading. If I spin it round, I've got to one of the sheepfolds. Here it is. It's fairly flat in there, but it's not great. Really long grass, which, there's not loads of deer around here, but there could still be ticks. So that's the first worry. I don't know. I've got that spot there. If I spin it round, there's the bigger sheepfold on the other side of the river. But that's the issue. It's on the other side of quite a big river where I might get wet feet. Yeah, if I zoom it in, you can see it's on the hillside. I don't think it looks particularly flat. So yeah, not got long to make mine up. Don't know what I'm going to do. I think when I see you next, I'll have to tent up somewhere. Let's just get this done. So yeah, I've come around the other side of the sheepfold and I found 2 spots that I reckon, yeah, they'll do for tonight. They're not perfect, but they'll do. So here's one. There's not as much grass growing there, and it's there don't seem to be that many rocks underneath. Not overly boggy and pretty flat, so I can get the tent in there. But over here, this is how I found it. So, I mean, it's the grass is all flattened. It looks like maybe someone else has camped there before. So if it's good enough for them, it was good enough for me. So I'm going to ask you actually, before I decide, if you were here, which of those two would you go for? I'll back up a little bit so I'll show you it again. Would you go for this one? Where that wall is, that's where the wind's going to be coming from. So would you go there or would you go here? We'll get the tent up and we'll see whether you agree with me or not. Let's do it. Well, what a faff that was. You know, this is not the greatest pitch, I'll be honest. I'm a little bit annoyed that I didn't make it to the original spot because that was a sheepfold. But the first time I used it, which was pretty much this time last year, there was plenty of grass to use. In here, there's just loads of rock. So, you know, typically on a night where it's supposed to be really windy, none of the pegs have actually got in properly. So I'm just fingers crossed this all stays up and it doesn't collapse on top of me in the middle of the night. We'll just have to see how we go. And hopefully, the wall that's one side of me will sort of keep me protected a little bit. But anyway, dinner is finally served. We've got chili, so I've kind of put it all in the jet boil. So I've got chili con carne and rice in here. And of course, priorities. Let's get the booze on the go first. We've got a Leffe, is it Leffe or Leff? I'm not sure how you pronounce it. But a Leffe Blonde, 6% this one is. So, yeah, this is going to go straight to the head, which is what I need. Oh. Cheers. Oh, that's good. Hits the spot. Just need to find somewhere to actually put the beer. Because I'm on the ground's so uneven with all the grass and stuff that I can't really put anything safely anywhere. There we go, that holds it for now. Let's try this chili. Oh, not bad. Good morning, campers. Well, slept pretty well in the end last night. It was a little bit broken at times, just because of the weather. You know, I know you could hear the rain, which pretty much fell continuously from about midnight through to about 7 o'clock. So that was only about half an hour ago. We've just gone 7:30 now. But yeah, what I couldn't capture was the wind, which, yeah, it was just, the best time, I suppose, it was just gusty. So 1 minute it would be really, really quiet. And then I could actually hear the wind coming down the dale, because it's been a southerly. So yeah, coming from the south, and then the whole tent would be rocking around. But I was never really worried about the tent failing me. You know, even though I couldn't really get the pegs in that well, this is a really quality bit of kit. You know, I've mentioned it before in previous videos. So I will say, if you're in the market for a tent, I did a review recently, which I put on my website, and I've stuck that review below below the video. So if you want to go over and have a look at that, and sort of have a look at why I really, really recommend the Howgill 2, then yeah, feel free to do that. But anyway, back to business, and important business at that. Breakfast. Really hungry, so I'm going to kickstart things off with some porridge. This one is apple and blueberry. And of course, we need a coffee to go with that. I love these. Taylors of Harrogate. You know, if it's got a Harrogate name on it, it's going to be decent. And yeah, these, even though I'm really bunged up, I've used them loads of times and they smell really good. And I reckon it's about as good as close you can get to a fresh coffee without actually being at a shop or having a coffee machine. Of course, we've got dehydrated milk to go with that. And then we've got some beans and some crusty bread to mop up the sauce. So I'm going to fill the boots. Despite that relaxing music, the views soon disappeared in the clag, and the wind was certainly doing its best to wake me up. As soon as I made it onto the highest ground, I was pummeled by it. A lonely-looking tarn was passed before I joined the main path and soon saw the trig point of the Calf revealing itself in the fog. This marks the highest point of the Howgills, and on a clear day, the views are cracking. No such luck for me though, so it was a quick snap before I headed downhill towards the top of Cautley Spout. As I passed the berth of the beck that would eventually become the waterfall, so the heavens opened, as you can see in this picture. I think this is nature's way of having a proper good laugh. There's the sheepfold that should have been last night's home, and yeah, literally 5 minutes away, and the heavens have just absolutely opened. Oh, tell you what, I've noticed a pretty new rain jacket, Peter Storm, and it's been absolutely brilliant so far. Just gonna keep pushing on. You know, if I get wet, I get wet. It's not. I've got about 45 minutes to the car. Let's keep cracking on. But there it is. Whether you're ascending or descending Cautley Spout, either way, it is dramatic and stunning. The views from the path were amazing too, but it was steep and slippery in spots. Right, anyway, I'll stop rambling on about it and just let you enjoy it in all its beauty. And just like that, my adventure had come to an end. I'd thoroughly enjoyed it, even with the dodgy weather. Hopefully you've enjoyed it too, and as always, thanks for watching.